Hote leaped away to the north and west, pushing with all her might, calling upon all her magical strength. The other xoconai took up the chase quickly as the woman bounded away. But now Hote knew where she might go, and soon enough she came to the banks of a small pond, fed by a waterfall, and feeding another waterfall. She had to trust in Aoleyn. She went to her belt again, this time focusing on the third song she heard there, one from an orange stretch of crystal within the leather wraps. She leaped out onto the pond, touched down lightly but securely, and ran across the water. She heard the pursuers as they came up behind her, heard the splash of spears landing behind her, and spun about in her next leap. She saw 3 of them, on lizards. They entered the water and swam at her, but they couldn't pace her, and she made the far bank well ahead of them. Up she went, scaling the cliff beside the waterfall with the help of her belt. When she came to the top, she looked at a long and majestic view before her to the south, with many more mountains to cross to be sure, but with her beloved Togai beyond them. Hote glanced back to the east, to the north. Talmadge was there along with the others, unless they had already been killed. But the way to Togai was south. She had no time to consider the choice, for she knew that those lizards with their sticky footpads could easily bring their riders up the cliff. Hote took a giant stride. Bodlon nearly jumped out of his shoes when a hand slapped on his shoulder. He spun to strike, but found a filthy Talmadge there beside him, the man tapping a dirty finger emphatically against his pursed lips, begging the other to remain quiet. Bodlon leaned back and scrunched up his face as he considered his friend, for poor Talmadge's face was covered in red welts, like bee stings, and he was as disheveled as if he had face-dived into a mud puddle.
What happened to you?
Catriona moved to Bodlon's side.
Doesn't matter.
He nodded toward the captured encampment.
All?
Bodlon held up his hands and half nodded, half shrugged.
Hote?
She is out.
We know not where.
The young man played along, and it was true enough, but still he had to work hard to keep his voice steady.
The enemies are in the foothills, thick about. We cannot cross.
Did you find the tunnel?
No. There's no way to be found. We cannot go near the lands Adrian told me. We are not welcome.
We have to try.
We cannot.
Catriona seemed less than convinced.
There are worse things than death. And I think I've just seen one of them.
Bodlon and Catriona exchanged a look.
We have to get back to Appleby and warn them.
Talmadge moved to the rock and peered over. Bodlon moved right beside him.
We cannot fight them.
When it gets dark, we run.
Catriona nodded her agreement.
But what of Hote then?
Bodlon saw the man's grimace and felt his pain.
Trust in her.
I left her once before. I cannot again.
We saw her.
Talmadge glanced from the woman to Bodlon, who looked back at Catriona and nodded.
They were pursuing her. She ran down over a ridge, chased by spear throwers on their lizards. We couldn't get near her. She is caught, or she is dead, I fear.
Then we have to find her.
But what of them, then?
Bodlon pointed toward the distant camp and the other refugees.
We cannot help them.
We can no help her. Your love for her doesn't change that. She is dead or she is not. She is caught or she is not. And if she is not, then Hote can move faster than any of us, especially over the mountain ground. Trust in her, I beg. We have to get out of here, to Appleby, to warn them.
You two go then. And I'll...
We know even find our way back.
It's due north. You...
Talmadge knew these two would never find their way without him, especially with so many xoconai about. He looked back at the rising foothills behind him, then to the camp. He took out his lens and held it up, then peered through to get a better view. He saw the dead and the captured, and the bright-faced enemies milling all about.
As soon as it gets dark, keep a watch.
He went back to his crystal and turned his attention to the mountains, catching glimpses of places far away, hoping against hope that he might see Hote up there, somewhere.